Good morning and welcome to the 2021 Woman of Distinction ceremony for the 4th Senatorial District. I'm Senator Phil Boyle, and if everyone could first join me with the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I'm very honored today to reward and award a neighbor and friend with the 2021 Woman of Distinction honor for the 4th Senatorial District. For those of you who don't know, this is normally something that's done in Albany with a big ceremony. It's a very nice day. Alas, we're getting out of the pandemic, but we're not quite at, so we're having our ceremonies here in the district. But my honoree, and I'm very proud to do so, is to Debbie Carim. I'll read Debbie's bio. Deborah Carim found her culinary passion at a young age while growing up in Ohio. She earned a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and later a master's degree from Youngstown State University. She worked as a medical social worker for the Summit County Welfare Department and Mahoning County Easter Seal Society. She went on to establish a small private practice while also working at the Trumbull County Family Court as a psychological assistant. Ms. Carim also attended Peter Crump's Culinary School in New York City. When Ms. Carim was presented with the opportunity to participate in the Islip's Feed Southside Hospital employees, she decided to bake for the hospital staff as a way to make their day a little easier and to give back to her community. For 8 weeks during the COVID-19 pandemic, Ms. Carim baked and delivered thousands of crepes, tarts, scones, chocolate clusters, mandolines, mascarpone, brownies, and so many other amazing desserts. All the cookies and cakes were heavily influenced by Ms. Carim's love for the French pastries. Her creations were a symbol of her love for her community and an attempt to make the tough days for the healthcare professionals during the pandemic a little bit better. When asked for her reason to endeavor in baking for months for the hospital, she said, quote, Every day, I see the healthcare workers go to the hospital while the rest of us quarantine at home. Their courage and strength of spirit is unmatchable and contagious. I like to do something to help them out. Ms. Carim continues to give back to her community and has been a holiday baking for her Center Point Church Food Pantry in Bayshore. Christmas, Easter, and Mother's Day saw thousands of these mascarpone brownies, chocolate chip mandolins, and lemon poppy seed pound cakes. I've had some of those myself. She's a 30-year resident of Bayshore and is married to retired cardiologist Dr. Ghulam Carim, who enthusiastically supports her work to give back to her community through her culinary skills. Ms. Carim bakes with great love and compassion. She always strives for the innovative and yet stay true to her mission of giving back to her community through an unforgettable dessert experience. Deborah Carim was selected as the 2021 Woman of Distinction honoree by myself, Senator Phil Boyle. Deborah, congratulations. And now we're going to hear from another friend, an attorney, a local attorney, who is someone who also gives back to her community. And she started the Islip Feed Southside Hospital program and organization, and we'd like to hear a little about this and about Deborah's contributions to Pat Blair. Pat?
Thank you very much, Senator Boyle. Good morning, everybody. It's a privilege to be here this morning. Last March, when the world was a little scary, or scarier than it is now, with a lot of uncertainty, we formed a Facebook group entitled The Islip's Feed the Southside Hospital Employees. Overnight, literally overnight, we gained about 3,400 people in the Facebook group, and over the course of the next 6 and 7 weeks, we raised $80,000 and delivered 8,500 meals to the Southside Hospital employees. At the beginning of that endeavor, I reached out to local restaurants to see if they would help us. Of course they would. And then we had to fill in with all the good stuff, the brownies and the mascarpones and the lemon tarts and everything that would help these healthcare workers know how much they were loved and appreciated in their community and also sustain them with a little super energy. And we reached out to Debbie. Actually, Debbie reached out to us and said, I'd love to bake. And Debbie baked and baked and baked. And we couldn't have done it without Debbie. So thank you very much for that. When we finished feeding the Southside Hospital employees, we then pivoted to working on feeding several food pantries in the town of Hyslop. The most notable one is the Centerpoint Food Pantry. And for the holidays this past year, 20 into 21, we created 50 food baskets multiple times. The food baskets had enough food to feed 5 people 2 meals each, so 500 meals at a time, and they also got to enjoy Debbie's creations. She flies under the radar, she's selfless, she doesn't want any accolades, but she so deserves this, and I'm honored to say these few words this morning. Thank you very much, Senator Boyle. Thank you, Debbie, for everything.
Thank you so much, Pat. And with that, I'd like to give the proclamation that shows the honoree of the Woman of Distinction for 2021 to Debbie. I would still point out that besides seeing what Deborah does on a local level with our community, our neighborhood, she's always there for someone who's sick, delivering food or desserts, and it always makes people feel a little better. And on this situation with Southside Hospital and the great organization of Pat's founding, it was on a macro level. And I can tell you that I've spoken to a great number of the healthcare workers that worked, frontline healthcare workers that were working during the pandemic and continue to work during the pandemic from Southside or South Shore University Hospital, as it's referred to now. She was doing this so long the hospital actually changed names in the middle of it. So, but these healthcare workers tell me this was some of their darkest days as a professional and in their life, obviously. You can't imagine what some of these healthcare workers were going through, to the point where they couldn't even go home and spend time with their loved ones. A lot of these healthcare workers were cleaning themselves, showering in the garage, sleeping in a separate area of the house from their family, couldn't hug their kids. They told me that the bright part of their day was often the food from Hyslop Feeds Southside, and most importantly, actually, the desserts that Debbie created. They were looking forward to that as a little bit of respite in some very long and difficult days. And for that reason, we want to honor Debbie Carim for being the 2021 4th Senatorial District Woman of Distinction. Debbie, congratulations. No?
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
In her trademark humility, Debbie doesn't want to say anything. so again, congratulations, Debbie, and thank you for all you have done, are doing, and will continue to do. Congratulations. Thank you, everybody.